given an incomplete section through a window, wall and substructure. It's a window, it's a wall, and it's a substructure. What are we also given? The window schedule, the window frame section. Those are the things that we are given. So, instructions: using a scale of 1:20, complete the section by inserting the window details, that's number 1. Number 2, hatching details for the walls and substructure. Now, the substructure may be drawn freehand. Number 3, we need to do the labels and land break. What is the size of the granite screed? It's 25 millimeters. So, looking at the scale, 1:20 and 25. So it says 25 divided by 20 is equal to 1,25. So that will be about 1 millimeters only. Now I want us to discuss this window. It says A is a hinged side, B is an opening side, C is a fixed panel. So C, there will be no opening, it is fixed. A being a hinged side and B being the opening side. So it means I shall be drawing like this. Basically that's what it means. So it means this window should be going that way and that should be going that way. So only these two windows are supposed to open, but C is fixed. Alright, now it's 175 by 25 fiber cement sill under all windows, right? And we are also given, this is the window sill. Note that the window sill is 30 degrees. We shall talk about this later when we draw the window sill. And we have a window frame. We are not given the size of the window frame. So anything that is not given, it must be assumed in good proportion. It must be assumed, but it should not be more than 5 millimeters. So it must be 5 millimeters and less. It must be less than 5, or shall I say equal to 5 millimeters. So now I'm going to show you how to construct this. We will start with the following. We will start with the section, the hatching part of it. So this is your foundation. So a foundation is hatched like this, stones, because it's concrete, and then you do the dots. That is your hatching. Then we're moving on to the floor slab. Floor slab, same thing, and then the dots, triangles, because it's concrete. All right, now this bottom part is almost complete. However, here we will need to have our hardcore fill. And how do we draw a hardcore fill? We use a 45 degrees set square to draw the hardcore fill. So this must be at what angle? 45 degrees. And then we go down 45 degrees. And then we go up by 45 degrees. So your hardcore fill complete. This is line separating the hardcore fill and our undisturbed earth. So it should be in 45 degrees. 1, 2, 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. Always at 45 degrees. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I may just fill that gap in 3. And then that is also in 3. That is also in 3. This is your undisturbed earth. Now this line here is projected on the left hand side so that you can complete your undisturbed earth on this side too. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is known as anti-step earth. Then we have to hatch the wall. Hatching the wall, it must be done as a common brick. 1, 2. Then you leave a space, a bigger space, then you do another pair. 1, 2. Then you leave a space, then you do another pair. 1, 2. So now the bottom part is completed in terms of hatching. Now we need to draw a DPC line. DPC is a dam proof course. It sits on the floor slab, and I use a pen to draw this because I want it to be visible. Because if I use a pencil, it then looks the same. So I make it very dark. It's like a T, and that is covered there. Then the label here is NGL, which stands for new ground line or new ground level or natural ground line. Then here we said it's DPC, DPC for damp proof course. Now we said our screed was 1.25. So the screed is the one that sits just above your floor slab. This is your screed, which must be 1 millimeters. Then you draw a line there which is 1 millimeters. Then above the screed it must be labeled FFL. What does it stand for? It stands for finished floor level. This is what needs to be done at the bottom. Now we look at the top part of this load-bearing wall. That is a lintel. It's also known as a precast concrete lintel. Therefore, we must have stones because it says it's a concrete lintel. It's precast. Then we finish the top part in terms of hatching, which we did not do. Then we also do the same thing. It's common brick. 2 there. Let's just do another 2 there. And then now it's looking nice and tidy. Then we get to a point where we need to draw the window. Now the window will have the following. A window frame, which we did see. Now this is the center. So I will construct a light line there. Now, because I'm not given the size of the window frame, I'm going to assume in good proportion. So in this case, in my assumption, we said that it should not be more than 5 millimeters. So I'll keep it at 4 millimeters. So I'm going to measure 4, and then it means that I'm going to measure 2 on either side. That's one, that's the first 2. And that's another one. So I will then construct vertical lines. These vertical lines are my window frames, and then they go up. All right. Now here I need to complete this frame. Then I need to measure another 2 millimeters each side, which the total will give me 4 millimeters. So this should be 2, and that's another 2 there. So draw this. That should be dark up to there, and that's your another 2, which should be dark up to there. So now drawing this means I have my window frame. That is my window frame. This is your frame. That's what it looks like. Okay. So now I need to draw the window frame on top also, like how I've done with that one. So here I need to measure the same thing, 4 millimeters. The 4 millimeters means 2 down, and 2 up, which should be, that is 0, and that will be 2. So I've got that. Now I must know exactly which way it's facing, because now this is now rotated. Now in other words, it's facing down. So it should be like this. 1 there, and that goes there. Alright, so now I can make this dark and draw that dark and draw that dark. If you look at it now, I've got 2 frames. Now all I need to make sure that I complete that comes together and that comes together. The middle line here is for the glass. This is your frame. That's where your glass goes in. Right. Now I need to move into drawing the window sill. The window sill is drawn by a 30-degree set square. Then we place our 30-degree set square on the corner or on the edge of the side of the external wall. So I have that corner drawn, like on that corner I have the line drawn there. So it goes and it touches on that position. It does not go and touch the window frame. So if that is 30 degrees, I then use a 60-degree set square. It will go and bounce on the window frame, on that frame. I then construct another light line. That should give me about 1 millimeters. So how long is this window sill? The window sill we were given, it was 175 millimeters. So we're going to take that 175 and divide that 175 by the scale, which was how much? 1:20, or it was 20. So we're getting about 8.75. So round off, you're getting 9. So it should be 4.5, or we can round off and say we're getting 10, or we can say we're getting 5. So in this case, I'm going to measure 10. So 5 on either side. Now that's where I get my 5. Then I draw this dark, right? So now that I know where my window sill ends, it means I must now make these lines dark. So these 2 lines are now complete, or completing my sill. Then this line here, which I did not draw initially, is for the reveal. Why I did not draw this line initially? Because I knew something was going to happen there, because I cannot see what's happening on the other side, because there's my window sill that is blocking. Remember, there are no hidden details. Yeah. Then here under the sill, it's not concrete, rather it's just mortar that you put in there. That's why I do it like that. I don't put any triangles. Then there's also what we call DPC, that is under this damp proof course, which is why I'm using a different color. I'm using a pen, or an orange pen. You can also use your red pen, because it makes it beautiful when you do that. Then you place the label there, DPC. So how many labels do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. That is complete. This is now your sectional elevation on a 2A scale of 1:20. Thank you for watching.